Okay, let's hope this works. So, oh, that's a bright light. Whew, okay. So, yeah, I'm not a professional YouTuber, so I'm not going to have all the fancy schmancy backgrounds, and you'll get dead flowers and family photos and plastic bags. So, and loud people talking in the background about the Pro Bowl. Okay, so this is my face routine. So I'm gonna start off, and this is my let's see if you can see that, my Elf hydrating moisturizer. And yes, it's cheap, and yes, it's good. I like Elf for a lot of things. Not as much for their shadows. Hey, can you shush? Not as much for their shadows, but other face products. Vinny, you quiet too, please.
Thank you.
Excuse me?
Don't want to.
Oh, that's too bad.
Don't want to though.
Vincent, last warning. That's why I'm not a professional YouTuber. I have too many kids. I'm gonna add some more. So even if you're oily, dry, combination, you always want to start off with moisturizing. And I'm gonna show you what I'm using while this sets. Just get your whole face, your ears, your neck. And I'm really not happy because I can't find my big thing of Clinique Perfecting Foundation. So I'm going to be using my little sample that I got. Okay, this is still too bright. You guys probably can't even see my face really well. Okay. So this is the Clinique Perfecting. It's the sample that I got. I don't even know what shade this is. That's fine. But we're not even going to get to that yet. First, we're going to start off with, I'm going to use this trick that I found on YouTube, and it is the Nivea Men's Aftershave Balm. Vinny, the Nivea Aftershave Balm. It is the best thing to use for primer instead of actual primer. And if I'm going to use regular primer, I like this Elf Poreless Primer. Let's see if we can. It's like a pink bottle. It's really cheap. It's like $3 or something like that. So if I don't use that, I'm going to use... Today I'm going to use the Nivea post-shave balm, and that's what we're going to use to prime the face. You always want to prime your face because otherwise your foundation is going to slide off, and nobody wants that. You don't want like a half-off face in the middle of the day. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to be using for cream, highlight, and contour. This is my RCMA palette, and this Amanda can attest is a favorite of mine. It has like every shade you could possibly imagine, and the reason it looks such a hot mess is because I am a professional makeup artist and I like to mix and match shades for people. I'm also going to be using the Shade and Light palette from Kat Von D. Okay, there's the highlight shades. There's the bronzer shades down here. I will also be using, this is from BH Cosmetics, another inexpensive brand you can find online. Fantastic. Their pigmentation of shadows and blushers are amazeballs. So you have every shade from tans all the way down to peaches, pinks, and deeper reds. And for the piece de resistance, my favorite highlighters are the Becca highlighters. This is the Becca Trio. This pearl white shade right here is, okay, this right here is my favorite. This white one is another favorite of mine. I love it for the brow bone. If you're very, very light and fair, this is great for the cheeks here. This is a permanent color now, as all these are now permanent colors. This one, Champagne Pop, is by Jaclyn Hill, one of my favorite YouTubers. And I have an actual whole circle of just that one because it is my favorite. These are all the brushes I'll be using. That's it. I mean, it seems like a lot, but it's really not. And I might not even use that. I should say I'm going to use these 4 brushes. Put on my foundation, highlight, all over brush, contour. Okay. We're going to use Bare Minerals Mineral Veil, the hydrating kind. It feels really cool on the skin. Literally, it feels cool and hydrating on the skin. That's my baby laughing and crying. Oh, and for highlight and concealer, the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in shade Light, because I like to use this for highlight and concealer. So let me, again, turn this down just a hair, because you're not going to be able to see this. Okay, cool. So, let's get started. I'll start with this aftershave balm. Oop, that's a lot. always with makeup, with anything, you want to start off with less, because otherwise you can't take it off. You can always put more on. You can't take it off. So, and what you want to do is rub this into your face until it becomes tacky, you know, sticky. Ooh, this is good. And the reason this works so well is because there's glycerin in it, and glycerin makes makeup stick. Oh, I also forgot we're going to be using Ben Nye Luxury Banana Powder, which you can find cheaper anywhere. I just like it. I got a good deal on it. Okay, nice and tacky. All right, so we're going to go in with the Clinique foundation. This is a little darker for me, but whatever. It's fine. I hear you, buddy. I'm just going to kind of dab it on different places. This is a very, very thick, I wouldn't say thick, very full coverage, so you don't need a lot. Okay. Because this is so... If it is a different color than your actual body, if it's a little bit darker than you normally do, go down your neck, because otherwise you're gonna have that really awesome two-tone look, and nobody likes that. Just realized I don't have a mirror. Okay, so we're gonna blend. I like to push and do circular motions, and you always want to sweep up and back. And you're not going to get a full makeup finished look. This is just my foundation routine. Cover everything. You always want to cover your lids too, because you can get those blue veiny lines, and then it'll show through when you do shadow, and nobody wants that. So, okay. And now before I set this, I am going to go in with my creamy, because I'm gonna do this whole, I'm gonna do the whole, you know, cream contour and highlight. I don't do this as an everyday thing. This is usually just for glamour, because you do not need this much makeup every day. You just don't. It's just not necessary. So I'm gonna go in with this shade, which is a couple of shades darker. I don't know if you can tell. Really, that's unnecessary. And what you're going to do is you're going to follow the hollow of your own cheek. So, and you're going to sweep down. That's actually not dark enough for me. We're going to mix these two. Okay. So, pulling your face this way is going to kind of give you that hollow. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to buff that in. See? This side to this side. There's nothing here. Let me see if I can see it better without this stupid light. Yeah, it's a little better. Okay. So, right here. Now I'm going to do the other side.
Is there like a special halftime show for the Super Bowl?
No, I don't think so. Well, probably, but it's not like the Super Bowl.
I know, like.
We're going to blend that in.
Yeah, that's right. Remember the tiger?
So, see how it drags this in, drags that in.
The tiger that was walking across the field.
I'm going to give you a little tip. Not all faces are created equal. That means that when you see somebody highlight and contour, you have to make sure that that is your face shape. The perfect face shape is oval, okay? I have more of a diamond where these jut out. So, I'll want to contour. Anything that you want to see less of, you contour. Anything you want to bring forward, you highlight. So if you want to bring your cheekbones forward, you're going to, that's why you put the contour here and the highlight here, because you want to pop the cheekbone out and bring the hollow back. Me, I like to contour also down in here and blend it out, because this gives me more of the angled look. Here is a rule of thumb for your forehead, if you should or should not. if you can take 3 fingers and put it here, and there's still space, or it fits, you contour. If you can fit only less than 2 fingers, do not contour. You don't want to bring your forehead down. This brings your forehead down. And so really? Okay. So I'm gonna blend that in. You can blend it into the hairline, because otherwise you're just gonna look like a hot mess. I have temples that go in more, so I do not contour here. I do not. A lot of people do. I don't contour here because I'm not going to make this more narrow. That's going to look weird on me. So I'm going to contour here and bring it down. Okay. So now I'm going to do the highlight with concealer. This also conceals your under eyes and so on. So what I do is drag a V shape, kind of fill it in, and right there, okay? And you don't need a lot, you just don't. Okay? That's what I start with this, because it starts to dry, and then it's harder to blend in. So what I do is I first push it up into the under eye here. I'm so doing this in natural light another time, because seriously. Okay, so we're going to push that in, right into the under eye, because it just looks better when you press it up into the under eye versus using a brush. But then I'm going to take this brush, the same brush I use with my foundation, and I'm going to pat it in. And it's going to bring this all forward. It's more important that you guys see what I'm doing versus what it looks like, honestly. So, like, right now, yeah, you can't see it because the freaking bright light. Oh, it's driving me dirty. Try one more thing. Really? We'll try it that way. We'll go with this for a minute. You guys can let me know which one you like better. A little too bright, a little not bright enough. Alright, so I did the under eye. Now, I'm going to do the... Okay. Everyone does the T-zone. It just depends on what you want to highlight. If you don't like your nose, don't highlight your nose all like that. I only highlight right here on my nose, and then here. Stop making faces, AJ. He's making faces behind the camera. And then just kind of draw a little bit here. Because highlight wants to stay in here. Okay? Highlight stays in this part. So, we're gonna... Oh, forgot the most important part. Well, not the most important, but I don't know. The Cupid's bow. Makes your lips look fuller. If you got big old lips and you don't want to make them look fuller, which I don't know why, because whatever, bitch, you're going to highlight right there. Because when you put lipstick on, it's just going to look fuller. So I'm going to blend this out. And you can contour your nose. If there's something about your nose, there's a lot of people, I have a very slender nose. I hate the way this bump looks, though. So sometimes I contour that down. But if you don't like how wide your nose is, you're going to run a light contour along the edges. Okay? All right, so we did that. Now we need to set everything in place. It is important to do that, especially for the under eye. And I'm just taking that Bare Minerals and a huge fluffy brush and start with the under eye.
If you had one wide receiver, who would it be? Your wide receiver. If your third, okay, your quarterback.
So I've set everything in place. Just off that. Okay, now we are going to, let's see. Ah, yes. Now I'm going to go over with the powders. I'm going to go in with the mid shade and mix it with a little bit of the dark. And I take this angled brush because it fits right in that socket. So I'm going to dab it in the 2, and I'm going to tap it. And we're going to take the angle so it's this way and drag it up. Drag it up. Drag it up. And now, you're not going to leave it like this because Nobody needs that sharp of cheekbones unless you are RuPaul. And there's nothing wrong with being RuPaul because RuPaul is fabulous, but most of us aren't drag queens, so you're just going to blend it out. Okay, blend, 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 blend. To the other side, because I realize this video is getting long. Sweep, sweep, sweep.
Do you have any idea where his binky is?
It was in his bed.
I'll go get it.
I couldn't find it in his bed.
And then what I'm going to do is go in with the big fluffy brush on my forehead. Just kind of go around the edges. Okay, beautiful. Now I'm going to go in and highlight with the powder. I am going to take this brush, this amazingly little brush. It looks not like much, but I'm going to hit the cheekbone right here. We're going to hit it, and we're just going to bring it up.
No binky.
I didn't see any.
Okay.
And then I'm going to blend it.
So,
I also like to take a little bit and put it right on Cupid's well.
They're all lost around the house.
again.
Huh?
That's why I get so fucking frustrated. No matter what we do, just
And then the blush. And I'm just going to go in with a neutral pink shade. And I use my big fluffy brush for this. And just okay, so that's pretty much it. I mean, I know you can't see a ton because this lighting sucks, but that's basically what I do. If you have questions, just leave them on here and I will gladly answer them. And I hope you learned something. If not, I'm so very sorry. And there are tons of great YouTubers that can show you some other stuff. But you all have a great night.